My name is Zakaria Mutonya Kuria. I am 43 years old, a father of 6, and a recovering alcoholic, 8 years sober. I was born and brought up at Gikoe village in Kegumo sub-county, Murang'a County, back in 1980. I schooled at Matu Primary School. I passed well. I went to Kegudo Boys. Drew my Form 1 well, but in Form 2, that is when my problem with alcohol started. It started as a leisure, and also I wanted to fit in a certain group of people. There were those bullies whom I thought their life was good, but it negatively impacted my life. I worked hard to join the group, not knowing the mess I was doing myself. I joined the group, forced myself into drugs because I had not used any type of drug before. I started with cigarettes. I could smoke in the morning and the day would be very dull for me. Second was alcohol. I started alcohol the same year. We used to sneak out of school. We went to a nearby shopping center to drink. By then, we used to drink a liquor by name Sorghum Sick. The body adjusted to it very easily, very quickly. But I came to learn later, after doing the program of recovery, that I am genetically predisposed to alcohol. And that is why alcohol took very little time for my body to adjust to it. So that was one cause to my alcoholism. I continued with the habit until I finished Form 4. It was not easy. In that term, in Form 4, back in 1997, I was taken to Kahuro Police Station for criminal offenses. We used to sneak out, steal mattresses, blankets, and we used to sell them at the neighboring villages. We put salt in a generator. So that is what caused me to be taken to Kahuro Police Station. That is where I did my KCSE. I finished my exam at Kahuro Police Station. The parents were called. We were 5 of us. The parents were called and they paid 30,000 each for the generator and for those who has lost their personal items. Because we used to break the boxes and steal those personal items like soaps, and we went to sell at the neighboring villages.
Uyu nake ni mwana wakwa wa mugwanja na gikoretwo mwana mwega kuma guciarwo na gikure mwana mwega nginya primary yothe mwana mwega na muthingu na gwika maundu mega no riria githire agikinya secondary kuwa gikora mikore ingi nake agituika mukora agĩkĩambĩrĩria gwĩka maũndũ marĩa matangĩakenirie thukuru na nĩkĩo ekagĩra kĩgeranio borithi.
So my case in alcoholism deteriorated after school. I went back to my village. I used to do casual jobs, but in 1999 I moved to Nairobi to a college in Eastleigh, KCITI, to do an electrical installation course. I schooled for only 1 term, but later, after that 1 term, my mother gave me the school fees to pay, but I didn't pay. I consumed all the money in alcohol, and that is when We became friends with a certain bar owner at Huruma Junction Bar. I got employed there to do stock taking, and that is how I left school and joined my duties in the bar. And my parents came to learn about my case, that I dropped out of school later. But because I was earning in that job I used to do, so my mom could not pay the school fees anymore.
Rĩu athiĩ Nairobi agĩtwarwo college nakuo ũngĩrutaga mbia, ndarutĩte mbeca nyingĩ na agĩtiga akanjĩtagia mbia ngamũnengera mwanake ũngĩ amũtwarire, no nĩ cia kũnyua, ndararĩha college. Akĩhũthĩra mĩeri 7 o ndĩmũneaga mbia agatwara kĩrabu na no mwandĩke. Akiuma hau agĩcoka rĩu ningĩ agĩikara, nĩagĩthire agĩcoka akĩrutwo kĩrabu anga nĩ kũrutwo. Akinya kĩrabu rĩu ningĩ agĩikara kũu ta mũkora. Ũguo nĩ ng'ano ndakĩiguaga atĩ nĩ mũkora wa Nairobi.
I continued with the job at the bar. In that bar, there was a group of thugs, very, very dangerous thugs, who used to come to drink in that bar. We became friends, and I felt it would be better for me to join the group. And immediately I joined the group. I continued going with them to steal. And it reached a point where a certain police officer at Muthaiga came to learn that those thugs used to come in that bar late at night. And when they came, I was asked about them, but I denied. I said I have never heard of them. I'm not aware of them. I'm not aware of their activities. But the policeman had done a lot of research, and he was sure that they are my friends. He called the bar owner, told him that he would not like to see me in Nairobi again. He gave me the fare to go back to the village, and he gave me 300 to go back to Murang'a. I went back, and that is how I moved out of Nairobi. While in Nairobi, I did all sorts of criminal activities. What I didn't do is only to kill, but to steal, to do everything. I did it. But by the grace of God, I didn't die. Some of them were shot dead. 4 of them. The group was 7 of us. 4 of them were shot dead. 3 of us, I moved to the village. Those 2, the remaining 2, I left them there. I'm not sure whether they are still alive, I don't know. But when I moved back to the village, the life was so hard, I continued stealing. And it reached a point where in a bar at my village, I saw a person who had a lot of money in his pocket. I did my very best to take the money, and I managed to take the money. It was 12,000. The person who saw me taking the money, he came, we agreed we'll do the deal together. We'll share the money equally. And for us not to be known about the stealing, I went home with the money. But when I went home, when he came to learn that the money has been stolen, we were the first suspects. Myself and the other guy. He was beaten up. By the time they noticed that the money has been stolen, he had not gone home, back home. So they asked him about the money. He denied, but he was beaten thoroughly until he confessed that we took the money with him. But the money, I'm the one who went with the money so that we can share the following day. They came to my home. They met my mom. I remember that day. My mom could hold my hand in front of ugly residents of our area, wanting to take me to take me from her hand, but she did her best. She did her best to convince them until she agreed to pay the money.
Riu ndagithie ndahingura ngikora andu aya maike mendaga kumunyita. Riu nie ngimunyita nake niwe wanjuragia kana tuguthie nake ngimwira ii uyu agikara mwena uyu na uyu agikara uyu. Riu mehariirie ngikigeria kumathaitha. Riu niakiaririe akiuririo mbia akiuga niegukite na 5,000 na 5,000 nianeire mutumia igi. Mutumia agikirwo arute na agikiruta. Riu hindi iyo andu aya no maroka marenda kumuruta haha na nie ngamera aca ngimuruta haha no tuthire na inyu ngera ona ni tugugithie. Riu ngigikorwo na kimako kiingi muno ikuoneka mbia ingi Kabiru ekugaga ati ona ciahanite mutonya ekunite mutonya. Riu nake akiambiria gukimuria we wauga ndakuneire ukunereire ku. Riu nake tondu niahuritwo muno agikiuga riu ri nie ndakihurwo muno ithe to uria ndikiuga. Riu hakinya hau niho ndakimathaithirie ngikimera riu nie ndina 1,000 muhuko na 1,000 niwe mweri muguthie nayo to murauga ni 3,000 1,000 giri rucini ri nikamucariria ndimune.
I gave out half of the money, but I refused to give the other half. So my mom had to tell them that the following day they should come for the money, and that is what happened. But later, the person who was the owner of the money was somehow advised to take the matter to court. That is what he did. Police came for us. We were taken to Kegumo police station, to court, to Kegumo Royal Courts. And a case of stealing started. That was my first time to be brought to Murang'a prisons. But later, my mom did her best and I got out on bail.
Kuu nikuo gwagicirirwo gugituika riu no njigire budi nigetha akihote kuma. No gwagicokire gugiokwo na ngithie ngitumana na taitũ ikigirwo na ikigwo. Hindi iyo ni maikurukirio Murang'a.
I have done many things. In my drinking days, I have done a lot of things. But I remember one case that I remember is that one of stealing, and the other one was when I used to steal fertilizer in my home. I am from a tea growing zone, so we could be given, my mom would be given like 20 bags of fertilizer. In her store, it was always a lock and key. But there is a time I tried all my best. I removed one of the iron sheets. I went into the store, put sand in a clean bag of fertilizer, in an empty bag of fertilizer, and replaced. I took 2 bags and replaced them with the ones with the sand.
Nie ndi kanithari niguo gugithia kahunja na hau karuta ibati na agakiruta thumu. Haha kianda hari kamutitu agithia kigaho. Aigaho ni wagicokire ngikiona haria ibati rirutitwo. Thumu ekirire tiri thumu ikonia ria thumu tiri ekirire tiri ni thumu akuire agikira ikonia ringi thumu kiria tiri na ucio agikiendia. Riu ngiuge akiri no maramari maundu maingi mamwe itangihota kuriganirwo maria mamwe ati nie hindi iyo kuma hau ndiacokire kugia na toro tondu ndatuikire wa gukimaka riria thire na gugikoe kunyua atari araoka njigue nioka. Riu ndagiciragia o uria egukiuragwo. Ngukoma thibitari ndakomire ona mathĩna macio makĩrĩ maingĩ mũno, na no Ngai, na no magĩtũmire ndware cukari, ona no magĩtũmire ndware pressure, no Ngai akĩrĩ mwega tondũ ndĩ oho.
The most important thing I would like to say, it continued until 2015. In 2015, I remember it was on 9th of May 2015, when my best friend by the name Kimotho died at the shopping center because of conversions, delirium tremens. They are mostly called castima. It is caused by maybe drinking those cheap liquor and not eating well, not taking a lot of water. So that castima, it killed my friend and everybody around the area, and even myself. They always used to tell me, Kimotho has died. I was also used to have those conversions, those tremors and conversions, and they could always tell me that I'm the next person to die.
Agĩkĩingĩra ikurubu-inĩ iria itagĩrĩire, tondũ nĩ akoretwo aingĩranĩte na andũ maiyaga, rĩu ningĩ nĩ aingĩrĩire maũndũ megiĩ ũnyui, na to ũnyui wa kawaida, tondũ nĩ aingĩrĩire ũnyui wa kupindukia, agakĩnyua agakĩria, na agagĩkorwo atĩ rĩu nĩ mũndũ ũtangĩkĩhokerwo ũndũ ona ũrĩkũ, tondũ ona okorwo nĩ twendanĩte, ithuĩ ũrĩa tũciarĩtwo nĩ tũtũrĩte twendanĩte, na nĩ twaikara, nĩ akoretwo rĩu atuĩkĩte botha itũ ithuothe, tondũ twaikara tũgĩkĩũranagia atĩ o thutha wa kwaria ũndũ o wothe rĩ, twaikara tũkĩũranagia mũtonya witũ aiguĩka mwena ũyũ, ũkenda gũkĩmenyeka ũrĩa aikarĩte, tondũ company ĩrĩa akoretwo nayo nĩ twakĩonaga atĩ tũtiaikara tũiganĩire, aiguĩka mwena ũyũ nĩ tũkwenda kũmenya aikaire mwena ũcio na aikaire atĩa, tondũ hĩndĩ ĩyo nĩ anyuĩte, agagĩkinya handũ agakorwo atĩ ona kũgwa nĩ agũaga, akerigwo nĩ ũndũ wa njohi ĩyo. Kerĩ, nĩ akoretwo atĩ aiguĩka mwena ũyũ rĩ, ũkaiguĩka rĩngĩ kũringana na andũ arĩa maceraga nao rĩ, ũkaiguĩka nĩ kũrĩ, yani mũndũ ndaraikara comfortable, tondũ nĩ kũrecirĩrio no kũiguĩka riboti ĩtarĩ njega hĩndĩ o yothe, na rĩu ningĩ ona kũmwarĩria nĩ twakĩmwaragĩria na njĩra na ikĩro ciothe, o harĩa tuonanĩra nĩ gũkĩgeria kũmũtara na mataro ma mĩthemba yothe.
The president by then gave a directive that the cheap liquor must be off from all areas of Central Province. Women from the area poured all cheap liquors, and we could not get them anymore. That is when that customer got worse, and it reached a point I could have them for more than 5 times a day. But fortunately, the county government of Murang'a came up with a plan, came up with an idea of a rehabilitation camp at Ihora. The reason behind it is because by the time the president's directive was being implemented, those who used to take those cheap liquor could not access them. So they had withdrawal symptoms, conversions, tremors, and all sorts of withdrawal symptoms. So Murang'a Level 5 Hospital, being the referral, was full to the capacity, and there were still more who are coming. So they decided that the best thing to do is to set a rehabilitation camp at Ihora. That is what they did. They put up the tents, and the rehabilitation camp started. I heard of it from my area. The death of Kimotho still fresh in my mind. I made a decision that my life must change for the better, because I felt if I don't stop drinking, that customer will kill me. And this is a chance. This is a God-given chance that has come. I take good use of it. I came to Ihora. The very first day, I remember it was on 20th of July 2015. I came that first day. I was admitted My admission in that rehabilitation camp was 038, so I was among the first batch.
2015 gukigĩa na program na gukigĩa na rehab through county government ya Murang'a, na hĩndĩ ĩrĩa yakinyire rĩ nĩ akĩmenyire ũhoro ũcio na gũgĩtuĩka nĩ egũgĩthiĩ kũingĩra, na hĩndĩ ĩyo Ngai nake agĩkorwo nĩ aingĩrĩra, tondũ eke njuge nĩ Ngai waingĩrĩire, tondũ hĩndĩ ĩyo ona rĩrĩa aiguire ona okorwo agĩkinya kũrĩa nĩ atuĩkĩte we nĩ agĩkĩrĩtie gĩkĩro ũkoneka atĩ ti ta kũngĩhotekeka, no nake we mwenyewe nĩ akorirwo ahana ta mũndũ ũrahana ta ekwĩigua, ta mũndũ wambĩrĩria kwĩigua mawazo make akonanga nĩ ndateire njĩra, no akoneka ona ageria ũndũ ũcio ũkaga gũkinyanĩra. No rĩu through program ĩyo rĩ agĩthiĩ kũrĩa rĩ Ngai nĩ agĩthire akĩruta wĩra, na reke tuge mathiĩte marĩ andũ aingĩ, na kũgerera program ĩyo andũ arĩa mathire rĩ ndĩreciria nyonaga tarĩ we wagarũrũkire, na kwako kũrĩ ũngĩ ndiũĩ, no nĩ nyonaga tarĩ we wacenjirie, tondũ arĩa angĩ mathiĩte nao aingĩ macokire na magĩcokerera.
I joined the camp. I did my best. I stayed there for 4.5 months. And I remember I went out from rehab in December 10, 2015. That is how I got my new lease of life. From there I went to college. I did my counseling course.
Kuma hau athire college kũrĩa Kĩranga, na kuo agĩkĩrĩtie nĩ mĩeri igana ahũthĩrire, no agĩcoka agĩthiĩ kanitha-inĩ wa mũtungatĩri wĩtagwo Ithe wa Ndung'u, agĩgĩthiĩ ona mũtungatĩri anjĩraga amuonire okĩte agĩkĩmũria nĩkĩ, akĩmwĩra arenda kwĩrira, na agĩkĩrira na agĩkĩmwamũkĩra.
I started working in rehabs. That is what I have been doing up to date.
Nĩ tuonaga atĩ kweli gũtirĩ ũndũ ũtangĩcenjia, tondũ kuma hau agarũrũkĩra hau nĩ acokire akĩgĩa family na maũndũ make mothe agĩthondeka na makĩrainika, na nĩ akoretwo mũndũ responsible maũndũ-inĩ mothe, ona ũhoro wa gũteithĩria nginya mũciari, ona mũciĩ, ona akĩiguĩka handũ hothe nĩ haraiguĩka atĩ ona itũũra-inĩ, tondũ nĩ akoretwo arĩ ũteithio ona wa itũũra, nĩ akoretwo ona andũ aingĩ ona itũũra makĩmũcokeria ngatho nĩ tondũ wa ũrĩa akoretwo akĩrũgama hamwe nao igũrũ rĩa maũndũ mothe.
Currently, I'm working at St. Martin's Rehab at Maragua. I'm happy to report that I'm now 8 years sober, and I am sure recovery is possible. It has worked for me, and I can tell everybody that recovery is possible, and it works because it has worked for me.
For Zachary, I think me too, as a close friend of mine, and also as a recovering person like I do, I've learned a lot from him. He's doing it so tirelessly. He's always ups and downs, going for clients, at times also taking awareness, going for these talks and all that. Again, now here, inside here, I think this is now where the climax of his work is, because from morning to night, he's always in group sessions. We coordinate with him, individual therapy sessions, either family therapy sessions like today, we just finished one here. So I believe he's been of very great help here, of very great support to us, because in whatever I do, whatever we do here, hand in hand, we do it together. Well guided by all the professionals in this office, as led by our director, who is also an addictions professional.
Zachary, as a counselor, is very interactive. He interacts with the clients very well. He's so accommodative, like he listens about the clients' problems actually, and he has good problem-solving skills. And Zachary is so compassionate about his work. The clients actually mostly they like his classes, because his classes are very much interactive, because he gives most of the life experiences that maybe some of the clients may think it is so hard for them to cope in this recovery process. But when he teaches the clients, he tries to explain about the real life after addiction because he knows it very well. Zakari is a team player because we interact more, because he's ready to learn. He asks a lot because he wants to know a lot, and since he wants to help the clients in this recovery process, he actually learns new ideas and shares with the clients.
After rehab in 2015, went to school and came back to work. My family also came back. I'm now with them, living happily with my wife and the 6 children. They are happy, they are schooling well, and even if they suffered a lot as I went through the path of destruction in my drinking days, I'm now trying my best to give them the best, because even if it happened as it happened, I'm sure I can change their lives. I always advise them, and I'm sure God will help them, because some are grown-ups. My firstborn graduated in her IT diploma last week. Secondborn is in university, and the others who are still schooling, their life is going on well. My greatest support has been from the family, more so from my wife. She has been my immediate support system. In each and everything I do, I always consult, and just in case issues arises, she always understands the person she is dealing with. She has been of great help to me. Every time I'm down, she always encourages me as we continue caring for our children, paying school fees and doing everything for them. She has been there with me. I would like to congratulate her for the best she has done for me, and also to the entire family. I'll never let you down. I let you down in addiction, but in recovery, I am sure, I hope and pray, by the help of God, I'll be an active member of the family and a person of help and a person who can be there every time of need.
Niĩ ta mũtumia wake, ũndũ ũrĩa ingiuga nĩ atũgarũrĩire mũtũrĩre na njĩra nene, tũgakorwo twĩna mũtũrĩre tũrakenerera, tũgakorwo twĩna mũtũrĩre tũngĩtĩĩra, agakorwo akuĩte majukumu mothe ma mũthuri na ma family, na akamahotanĩria marĩ mothe ũndũ ũrĩa waremete. Twĩna ũndũ wa kwĩra Ngai nĩ wega, ciana igakorwo ithomete, cigakorwo maũndũ mao mothe nĩ marathiĩ wega, ithuĩ tũgakorwo nĩ arahota gũtũiga wega. Ũndũ ũcio nĩ tũrera Ngai nĩ wega nĩ harĩa mũrutĩte. Ũndũ ũrĩa ũngĩ ingĩenda kuuga nĩ arĩ na ũndũ ũcio na mũrigo ũcio wa kwenda kũruta arĩa atigire na kũu thutha kana arĩa onaga manyarirĩkĩte, nĩ tondũ onake nĩ akiraga aririkana harĩa aikĩtio nĩ ngoma agathĩnĩka nĩ ũndũ ũcio. Nĩ tũmũnyitagĩrĩra na njĩra ya mahoya, nĩ tũmũnyitagĩrĩra na njĩra ya kũmonia atĩ ona kũrĩa kwaritũha Ngai nĩ okaga na akagarũra na ageka maũndũ marĩa monekaga ta matangĩkĩka. Hau thutha nĩ maingĩ manekĩka, mangĩ magatũritũhĩra, tũgakua ngoro, tũkaga mwĩhoko. No thutha ũcio kuma rĩrĩa atigire njohi, nĩ nyonete Ngai ekĩte maũndũ manene mũtũrĩre-inĩ witũ, nĩ tondũ nĩ atũgarũrĩire mũtũrĩre, agĩtũgarũrĩra maũndũ maitũ marĩa mothe makwamĩte. Nĩ nyonete Ngai atwaranĩte hamwe nake igũrũ rĩa maũndũ mothe, gũkorwo athiĩte rehab akauma, agoka na agatuĩka wa gũteithĩrĩria arĩa othe mathĩnĩtio nĩ thĩna ũcio wa njohi ta ũrĩa wamũthĩnĩtie. Nĩ ũndũ njokagĩria Ngai ngatho mũno, nĩ tondũ nĩ irima rĩarĩ iritũ tũtonete ta ngiuma, no nĩ tondũ wa tha cia Ngai nĩ amũrutire kuo akĩmũhonokia, na rĩu ũmũthĩ ũyũ nĩ worario ũhoro wĩgiĩ kuga harĩa onete ngoma amũikĩtie, na tũkona ũrĩa Ngai ekĩte, tũkagoca Ngai tũkauga nĩ hinya wake.
My family had given up. They had reached a point where they felt it is a point of no return. But to God, there is nothing like that. Once you are alive, the chance the chance to change your life for the better is very, very possible. So to those recovering addicts who are hopeless and desperate, what I can tell them, it is not over or it's not lost. Come back to your senses, do it right, take the first step and seek help. To their families, I am sure most of the addicts are rejected in their families because of their habit, because many people does not understand the disease concept of addiction. They see it as a mode of healing, but addiction is a disease. They should know that their loved one is sick. So the best thing to do is to seek treatment for him or her, because the same treatment is what has kept me going, it's what happened to me, and the desire for a new life is what has kept me going. So I can tell the families, don't give up. There's still a chance for your loved one to change for the better, but give him or her the necessary support. And just if in case he or she is in a level of addiction, they cannot stop on their own. They need maybe to be taken to rehab, or maybe psychiatric intervention, and then afterwards to go to rehab, because they cannot stop on their own. There are those who can stop on their own, but there are some who cannot stop on their own, because addiction has 7 stages. You might be in stage 4, and in that stage you can stop on your own. But someone who is in step 7, someone who has hit his or her rock bottom without help, it is too much for him or her. He or she is powerless over that addiction. It has taken control of everything. So the best thing maybe is to force him or her to rehab, because sometimes an addict feels withdrawal symptoms can kill him or her. So the best thing is to continue drinking to stabilize, because someone who has hit his or her rock bottom does not drink to get high. They always drink to stabilize. So there is still hope for everyone who is still alive.
Ina wa country nĩ kũgĩte na ũndũ ũcio wa gũkorwo atĩ andũ ethĩ nĩ meingĩranĩtie na maũndũ macio ma njohi na ũrebi wa mĩthemba yothe. Andũ acio magakorwo atĩ aciari ao na andũ ao rĩngĩ nĩ ta marakua ngoro nĩ tondũ wa kuona ta kwĩna moritũ maingĩ kana ta matangĩgarũrũka. No kũgerera kũrĩa nyonete kũgerera kũrĩ my brother nĩ ndĩretĩkia atĩ gũtirĩ mũndũ ona ũmwe ũtangĩcenjia, na andũ acio nĩ wega mathiĩ na mbere na kwendwo, na rĩu ningĩ kuonio atĩ matige kũrejectwo nĩ andũ ao, tondũ rĩu ningĩ ũcio no kuongerera thĩna igũrũ wa ũndũ ũrĩa ũngĩ. Makĩrĩria kũmenda, rĩu ningĩ makĩhoyaga Ngai, na ũndũ ũcio no ũkinyanĩre na gũtirĩ mũndũ ũtangĩcenjia, tondũ o toguo my brother acenjirie.
Tũgĩcoka nĩ twagĩire na ũndũ wa kũheranĩra na kwĩrana marĩa mahĩtũkĩte tũmatue marĩ past na matikanoke rĩngĩ mũtũrĩre-inĩ, tondũ tũngĩikara tũkĩrumũrũraga ironda iria ciahĩtũkire nĩ cirehaga thĩna mũtũrĩre-inĩ. Ũndũ ũrĩa ingiuga harĩ mũndũ wothe wĩna mũthuri ta ũcio, kana mũtumia kana mũthuri wĩna mũtumia ũnyuaga, nĩ ingĩenda understand atĩ ũcio nĩ thĩna ta mathĩna marĩa mangĩ, ona nĩ mĩrimũ ta mĩrimũ ĩrĩa ĩngĩ. Bata nĩ kũmũnyitĩrĩra, Ngai angĩkũgarũrĩra na makĩria kũmũnyitĩrĩra na mahoya, nĩgetha Ngai eke ũndũ mwerũ mũtũrĩre-inĩ wake. Wona wakorwo ũrĩ wa kũhoya na kũmũhoyagĩra, akiumagara na agĩcoka harĩa hothe arĩ, Ngai no arĩka ũndũ na nĩ arĩgarũra mũtũrĩre na maũndũ manyu matuĩke ma kũrũgama. Ũndũ ũrĩa ingiuga no kwaga kuona mũndũ ũcio ta thirĩte, ona kuona ta kũmũtiganĩria tarĩ guo mũico, no kũmũnyitĩrĩra na mahoya na kũrũgama nake mũrĩ ta family, mũkanyitana moko mũgeta Ngai nĩ okaga na akagarũra maũndũ, nĩ tondũ gwitũ nĩ agarũrĩte na ageka maũndũ manene, agatũhe riri, tũkagacĩra na tũgaikara mũtũrĩre tũtonaga ta tũngĩikara.
Wĩtĩkio nawe ta mũciari atĩ kũhoya gwaku nĩkuo gũgũtũma ahutio nĩ Ngai, onake agarũrũke, magĩteithio nĩ Ngai, nawe ũteithio nĩ Ngai wĩ ta mũciari wĩna mwana ta ũyũ, nĩgetha ũhote gũthiĩ ũkĩmwaragĩria nake na ũkĩmũkiragĩrĩria na ũkĩmwendaga, nĩgetha onake ahote kũgarũrũka, agarũrũke, tondũ Ngai nĩ ahotaga maundu maria matangihotwo ni mundu.
I continue working hard to help those addicts who are still suffering there. And that is why I'm tirelessly doing it, because I remember in the rehab, we did something called 12 steps. 12 steps is the main program of recovery. And I remember while we were doing step 3, which says we made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. So, while doing that step, I made a covenant with God that God, my God, if you help me out of this pit, out of this menace, all the days of my life, I'll keep to do my best to save the lives as you have saved mine. I remember up to date the covenant I made with God, because He surely did what I prayed for. And I am also adhering to the covenant, and I pray and hope and pray that all the days of my life I'll keep helping addicts out of the menace of addiction. It is a disease, not completely curable but manageable. And I'm sure, guided by the principle of honesty, humility, willingness, and open-mindedness, everybody can come out of that problem. It is a hell. I was there, to hell and back. And I'm sure, even having reached that point, it is possible. We have now come to the end of our today's session. Let us close with a serenity prayer. God, courage, and wisdom to know the